In limbo, funding to redevelop the historic gas plant district and build a new stadium for the Tampa Bay Rays is once again delayed. Just hours ago, Pinellas County commissioners voted to wait until December. The Rays sent commissioners a letter right before the meeting saying that project is now on hold. 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst is live in St. Petersburg. And Chris, after speaking to commissioners, some are very critical of the timing and the tone of that letter.
Courtney, they really didn't hold back the frustration this evening, and also reiterating their stance that they don't think that delaying a vote on funding means they aren't holding up their end of the deal. But waiting a month might not change the outcome, because right now the votes simply aren't there to pass it.
I think that the Rays strategy sucks, to be perfectly honest with you.
Commission Vice Chair Brian Scott supports the deal, but made the motion to delay funding again because he said the vote would have failed.
I didn't think that there were 4 votes, and I'll freely admit I was never the best at math, but I can count to 4.
Rays President Brian Auld sat in the room but didn't talk, letting his letter to the commission speak for itself, which in part said the county's failure to finalize the bonds ended the ability for a new ballpark by 2028. Adding the Rays can't afford the extra cost alone of pushing an opening back a year.
I think there's, possibly, 3 potential outcomes. Either they were trying to put pressure on us to pass it today. They could be angling to renegotiate, or they may want out.
The sudden change in vote totals is because there are 2 new commissioners who replaced 2 who voted for the original agreement over the summer. It's Chris Shear's first day as commissioner. He says he could still be swayed.
I would like the chance to meet with them, talk to them about it. I'm not against this deal. I'm not for this deal. I want to make a good, sound financial decision for the people of Pinellas County.
The one to vote against the delay is Renee Flowers, whose district is the proposed home for the new stadium. She doubts an extra month will change anything.
I just think that minds will not be changed, and I just think that if that is the case, we need to move on.
As for who should be blamed if the deal falls apart, Vice Chair Scott made it plain.
If this fails, I don't want this to be on our heads. I want it to be firmly on Stu Sternberg's head if it fails. And I don't want it to. It's not the direction I want it to go.
Now, as for the third party in the deal, the city of St. Pete, Mayor Ken Welch put out a statement tonight saying, in part, partnership has always been key to this plan, and the success of the plan going forward largely depends on the commitment of our partners to those agreements. Now, the city has its own crucial votes coming up on Thursday, whether to issue bonds for its funding and also to pay for the extensive repairs needed at Tropicana Field. Live in St. Petersburg, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
And we do have extensive coverage of the stadium deal and damage to Tropicana Field right now on the free 10 Tampa Bay app. There you can also listen to a podcast breaking down all of the scenarios about the future of the Tampa Bay Rays.